First is that even though this is going to be online either January 30th or January 31st, it was recorded on January 24th, before I got a haircut, and it took a little while for it to get approved, which is why there's been a delay. Secondly, I figured that since I was going to be mentioning his name in the videocast, I might as well make sure I was pronouncing it right. So I emailed him to find out, and sure enough, for 25 years I've been pronouncing his name wrong. It just goes to show. His name is Norm Breyfogle, not Norm Breyfogle, Norm Breyfogle. So if you've ever wondered that, now you know, just like I do. So with that in mind, enjoy the videocast. Hey there, and welcome to the first in a series of writers' commentaries for DC Comics' monthly title, Batman Beyond, part of the Batman Beyond Unlimited book that will be premiering in February of 2012. My name is Adam Beechen. I'm the writer of Batman Beyond, and I've also written for such DC Comics as Robin, Teen Titans, Justice League Unlimited. What I'm not is a filmmaker, so I apologize for how creaky this is going to look for the first couple of times until I figure out what I'm doing, but hopefully we'll get better as we go along. Necessary? Well, no, but why should DVDs have all the fun? My hope is just that if you're a longtime fan of Batman Beyond, the character or the comic, this gives you a little insight into what we're doing as we're planning and plotting out an issue, what goes into certain scenes or what goes into certain bits of dialogue, or pointing out fun things that happen to appear in the background, maybe give you some hints as to what's going to be coming up. If you're more of a casual fan of comics, maybe this will give you some insight into one writer's process as the book is put together, and how at least how I collaborate with other creators involved in the book. And if you're new to comics in general, maybe this gets you interested, not just in Batman Beyond, but in checking out all kinds of other comics, because there sure are a lot of good ones. When I was strictly a reader of comics, a lot of times I'd put a book down and I'd be left with questions about why characters had done the things that they had done, or why plots had taken certain twists, and what had gone through the writers' or the artists' minds as they were putting the book together. And I always wished for a chance to sit down face to face with those writers and artists, but of course I didn't have access like that. So my hope is that these videocasts will answer some questions that readers might have, because I figure if I had those questions, then probably there are some readers out there today that still have those kinds of questions. Well, as those of you who follow the industry may know, we're doing something kind of new with Batman Beyond, in that it's going to be a digital release first, meaning released online, and then collected into a print version. So the way this will work is that I'll do one of these video podcasts approximately a week after the print version appears. Hopefully by then everyone will have seen the most recent chapter, whether online or in print, so there won't be a whole lot of spoiler issues, but nevertheless we'll put together a spoiler disclaimer for this, just in case anyone hasn't gotten around to reading our latest pages. Batman Beyond takes place approximately 50 years into the future of DC's comics. Bruce Wayne has long retired from being the Batman, and a new young man has taken his place. His name is Terry McGinnis. Bruce is still around, though, serving as mentor to Terry, and all sorts of new and exciting villains have been found, and a number of characters from Batman's past have popped up as well. The series started out as an animated series in the early 2000s. It was very popular, and if you're at all interested in the full background of the characters, I highly recommend that you go out and find that DVD collection or find it online. Great stories by great writers and incredible artists that are really worth checking out. Oh yeah. Most recently, Batman Beyond joined the ranks of DC's regular universe in a 6-issue miniseries that saw print in 2010 and 2011. It was called Batman Beyond Hush Beyond, and it was drawn by Ryan Benjamin and John Stanisi, two great artists I was really happy to have had the chance to work with. And I continued to work with them on the 8-issue monthly series that followed that was just called Batman Beyond. Both of those series have been collected into trade paperbacks that can be found in bookstores. The stories are also available online and pretty much anywhere comic books are sold, so I definitely urge you to check those out heading into our new series that premieres next month. While we are picking up our storylines right where they left off with the 8-issue monthly series, we've made it pretty easy on everybody to just be able to jump into this new book without having to know everything that went on before. We do a lot of explaining what's happened in previous issues so that new readers will feel right at home. There's no reason to be worried about checking out this book just because you haven't read the issues that have come immediately before it. We make everything pretty clear. The new artist on the book is a name that people who have been following Batman for a long time know very well. He's the definitive Batman artist to a lot of Batman readers. And if you've never heard of him before, you're in for a real treat because his art is truly spectacular and he's bringing a ton of creative energy to this book with lots of input on every issue. The artist is going to be Norm Breyfogle. Yep. And if you're a fan of his like I am, you are going to love what he's doing. And if you're brand new to his work, you're going to have your socks knocked off. Well, again, the trade paperback collecting our last 8 monthly issues, called Batman Beyond Industrial Revolution, hits comic shops and the web this coming Wednesday, January 25th. The first digital chapter of the all-new Batman Beyond series will be online and available only there on February 15th, followed by the second chapter, also available only online on February 22nd. Both of those chapters will be collected together for the print version that will be released in comic shops on February 29th as part of a larger book called Batman Beyond Unlimited. And that will also feature the Justice League Beyond, new stories, great stories, written and drawn by Derek Fridolfs and Dustin Nguyen. Dustin, of course, you'll know as our regular cover artist on Batman Beyond. I've read their first story arc. It is fantastic. I cannot wait to see more of what they do. I think you're really going to like it a lot. Yeah. Can't promise I'll answer all of them, but I'll try to answer as many as I can, whether it's here on the videocast or even in a personal reply. But I've set up an email address where you can send your questions about Batman Beyond, about writing for comics, about anything to do with the comics industry, really. It's pretty simple. It's Batman Beyond Commentary, all one word, at gmail.com. Batman Beyond Commentary at gmail.com. And we'll have it up on a screen here at the end of this as soon as we're done. Oh, well, over here, that's the original cover to the fourth issue of the miniseries Hush Beyond, drawn by Dustin Nguyen, which I am very fortunate to have on my wall. It's a recreation of a very famous Batman cover by Marshall Rogers, one of my all-time favorite comic book artists. And over here, that's an original drawing of Batman by the legendary Bernie Wrightson. Just to be sure and check out dccomics.com if you have any other questions. Otherwise, look for me here probably around the first week in March to discuss the first issue of the new Batman Beyond series. I hope you'll check out some of the material that's come before, and when you check out the new stuff that premieres next month, we really hope that you like it. We've put a lot of work into it, and we're anxious to hear what you think. Until then, thanks a lot. We'll see you soon.